Good morning and welcome back to our computer class. Today we are going to start with our lesson number 1, that is networking concept. A very small lesson with some theoretical knowledge. Okay, so quickly we are going to start this lesson. You have to listen it carefully. If you are listening some new words for which you are not familiar, so write it down and try to find out in book. Okay, so let us start our networking concept. Now what is that networking? Okay, so in our daily life we come across different types of networks. Simply, networks means you are connecting with each other. If you are connecting with each other and there is a link between each other, that is your network. Now this network can be your railway networks, can be your telephone networks, can be your road networks. Okay, so any type of network, yes, like network of roads, railway lines, canals, if they are connected with each other, that means this is your network example. Communication network of telephone systems, which enables us to talk to anyone anywhere, okay, at any time. Then your network of banks, ATM machines, okay. Then radio and television networks. But if you have remember, television and radio network is a one-way communication. Means you cannot communicate with the television. Okay, you cannot interact with the television and radio. Okay, this is your one-way communication channel. Okay, but if you are talking about your internet, so that is your two-way communication. Source and the destination both can interact with each other. Okay, like I am making this video, so this is your one way communication. But if teacher is taking online class, that is your two-way communication, because you can also say in that. So video conferencing is a network that allows discussion between the people. Now you all are familiar with this video conferencing. पहले सिर्फ इनको सुना करते थे, but now due to this pandemic we are becoming smarter and you are also doing that video conferencing. Okay. Now, network of malls, schools, hospital, etc. all over the country, that is also network. Internet is the outcome of your cyber networking and it's a two-way communication. Okay. Now, imagine a life without networking. Nowadays, जो आपका रहता है ना rights, so nowadays internet also comes under your rights. So if no television, no internet, then what you are going to do? It's unbelievable. Now you are becoming dependent on that. Okay, it's a part of our life. Now, if you have simultaneous conversation via internet, it is called your conferencing. If it is in the form of audio, then it is your audio conferencing. If video is also connected, then it is also your video conferencing. Okay, what is the difference between audio and video conferencing? Audio conferencing requires less data as compared to your video conferencing. Sometimes teacher is not on their camera. Why? Because of network. If she is going to on their camera, maybe you are not able to see it properly, maybe you are not going to hear the voice properly. So if only comes with your audio conferencing, teacher will take your audio conference. When this process is supplemented by live video, it is called your video conferencing. Now what is networking? How we are going to define networking? Okay, define means if someone is going to ask you what is networking, how you are going to say what is networking. आप ऐसा तो नहीं बोलोगे computers को connect कर दिया और network हो गया. You are going to say something in the form of technical words. So you are going to say a computer network can be defined as a group of computers. सबसे पहले हम क्या बोलेंगे? Computer networking can be defined as a ग्रुप ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स, सबसे पहली चीज हमने वहां पर बोला क्या, ग्रुप ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स एंड other peripheral devices, not only computers, other peripheral devices also, like your printer, okay, like your scanner, they can be connected in your network. So how computer network will be defined, किसको ग्रुप कर रहे हैं हम, ग्रुप ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स एंड अदर पेरिफेरल डिवाइसेस that are linked together. अब क्यों लिंक है, for the purpose of sharing data. What is the purpose of linking? For the purpose of sharing data and your hardware resource. Okay, so what is the definition of your computer network? Computer network can be defined as a group of computers and other peripheral devices that are linked together for the purpose of sharing data एंड हार्डवेयर रिसोर्सेज. अब हार्डवेयर रिसोर्सेज कैसे शेयर होते हैं, सो वन प्रिंटर कैन बी शेयर्ड इन अ नेटवर्क. ओके, इन अ लैब इफ ओनली वन प्रिंटर इज देयर, सो एवरीवन कैन गिव प्रिंट कमांड एंड वन प्रिंटर इज केपेबल ऑफ प्रिंटिंग दैट डॉक्यूमेंट. Just a minute. So now what is networking? For example, now this is your example. See, this is your computer A, this is your computer B, this is your computer C, and this is your printer. Now computer C is attached with the printer and this device is known as your hub. Okay, where we are going to put cables of computer A, computer B and computer C. So what happened? All the cables are attached with the hub and hub is a central device which is going to connect each other computer. अब ऐसा नहीं होगा कि मैं A को B से, अगर suppose I am going to connect A to C, what happened? A will be connected only with C. Okay, there is no two connection in A, so we cannot connect A directly with the B also. So what we are going to do in network, computers are connected with the hub. Okay. And one computer is attached with your printer also. So it also comes under your networking. Where computer A and B in the network can give print command to the printer attached to your C. So there is only one printer, but all the three computers A, B, C can use that printer due to your networking. So what happened with the networking? It saves our money. The computer in a network can communicate with each other. Each computer in a network is called as your node. अब जो कंप्यूटर कनेक्टेड रहते हैं उनको हम क्या बोलते हैं, नोड. Now the computers in the network may be linked through your cables, telephone lines or your radio waves or your infrared light. Okay, so it does not mean कि computers in the network so wire ही होना चाहिए या wireless होना चाहिए. It can be linked through your cables. Now what are that cables? You have seen this type of cables in a lab. एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ केबल, यहाँ देखो आप, जो आपका दिख रहा है ये जो कनेक्टेड पार्ट रहता है इसको हम बोलते हैं RJ45 कनेक्टर. दिस इज नोन एज योर RJ45 कनेक्टर. जहाँ मेरा माउस मूव कर रहा है, ओके, दिस इज नोन एज योर RJ45 कनेक्टर. नाउ दिस इज द टेलीफोन लाइन्स. Okay, nowadays telephone lines are your underground with the fiber optics. And even they can be connected with your radio waves. Okay, that is your Wi-Fi zone. Now wireless is a means of communication that uses low powered radio waves. वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन में क्या यूज होता है, लो पावर्ड रेडियो वेव्स टू ट्रांसमिट डेटा बिटवीन डिवाइसेस. एंड केबल में क्या यूज होता है, जो आपने केबल अभी देखा फिगर में that is your twisted pair cable with RJ45 connector. Okay. Wireless networking allows network to be deployed without cabling. Spaces such as outdoor areas where cables cannot be put, we can put wireless network. Now what are the advantages of networking? So there are 6 advantages of networking. So the first thing, efficient use of storage media. What is that storage media? Storage media is here your hard disk. Okay. So if you are in the network and you want to install one software to all the 10 computers. So where you are going to install that software? You are going to copy that software in one storage media and you can use it on 10 computer. So it will be saving your space. So what is the efficient use of storage media? It's better to store shareable application data on the network drive. Okay, big hard disk. Preserving information means the information is kept safe on your one computer or your one hard disk. Okay, so we can preserve information, we can take backups. Preserve करना यानी save करना. It is difficult to maintain regular backups on the number of standalone computer. So when you keep backups on the central location, you have one place. Then reduction in hardware cost. If only one printer is there in the lab, so the cost of hardware will be reduced in your networking. If only one scanner is there, all can scan from that scanner, so it will reduce the cost of hardware. So reduction in hardware cost. Now which hardware we can connect, which hardware we can use it at the single item, like your modem. Okay, only one modem can be used for your all the computers. Okay, one printer can be used for your all the computers. One scanner can be used for your all the computers and one CD writer can be used for your all the computers. So these can be shareable. So it will reduce the cost. Then efficiency, it will increase efficiency. Efficiency मतलब कार्य करने की क्षमता. तो in a network, that deletion, modification or upgradation of software is done at the single point. और single point में होने से क्या होता है? Efficiency increase हो जाती. No need to do it at every time. Then redundancy. Now here efficiency is increasing but redundancy is decreasing. Okay, redundancy क्या हो रही है यहाँ पर? Decrease हो रही है. Okay, redundancy is your decreasing. और आपका अगर हम बोलेंगे it's difficult to write with your mouse. Okay, so redundancy is decreasing and efficiency is increasing. So what happened? Network reduces the need of hard copies of all the documents. Okay, files can be shared, so redundancy will be decreasing. Now quickest document delivery means in the network you can share the files instead of copying from one computer to another using your pen drive. You can directly copy from network one place to another. So quickest document delivery. Then this is the logo of your Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a wireless technology used to interconnect mobile phones, computers and printers with the short range wireless communication. Okay. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट नेटवर्क कंपोनेंट्स, मतलब नेटवर्क में कौन से कंपोनेंट्स यूज होंगे या पार्ट्स क्या यूज होंगे. As you have seen, this is the picture of your network where you can see computers are there, and with the computer this is your wired, ये ethernet है, switch है, hub है, and your router. Okay, this is your modem. To establish wired networking in a group computer, we require following additional components. Now, what are that components? So, the first component is your network card. Okay, your network card which is attached inside your computer. The networking cables, like this is your networking cables, and ये जो कनेक्शन, ये जो प्लग जैसे दिखाई दे रहे हैं आपको, these are known as your RJ45 connectors. Okay. Then your hubs, this central part where all the wires are attached is known as your hub, and switches. Okay, ये यहाँ अगर आप देखोगे, see, we will see the picture of switches also. Network card, cables, network, this is network card, this is your cable, this is RJ45 connector, this part is known as your hub, and this part where that RJ45 connectors are attached, यहाँ देखो 19, 20, 21 ये लिखा दिख रहा है आपको, ये कंप्यूटर नंबर्स हैं, and where that RJ45 connectors are attached, that part is known as your switch. Okay, so this is the component of your network. Now network card, this card can be fit on your motherboard, and यहाँ पर जो है ये this part will be your outside where you can attach your RJ45 connectors. आप अपने लैपटॉप्स में भी देखोगे तो आपको एक RJ45 कनेक्शन के लिए एक स्पेस दिखाई देगा. ठीक है, आपके अगर देखोगे आप USB पोर्ट के साइड में यू कैन सी RJ45 कनेक्टर का एक स्पेस रहेगा. तो their network card is attached. Now this network card is also known as your Ethernet network card. See, nowadays most of the computer motherboards comes with your inbuilt network card. ये देखो यहाँ पर motherboard है, this is the picture of your motherboard, and inbuilt network card is there. ना नेटवर्किंग केबल्स. ओके, हाँ, अब यहाँ आप देखेंगे पिक्चर, देखो कितनी क्लियर पिक्चर है. दिस पार्ट, दिस इज नोन एज योर RJ45 कनेक्टर. ओके, और यहाँ पर अगर आप देखोगे तो 8 केबल्स रहते हैं. देयर आर 8 केबल्स ऑफ डिफरेंट कलर्स, 2 के पेयर्स में रहते हैं. ओके, सो दिस इज योर RJ45 connector is there, where this part, this wire is known as your twisted pair cable. And how many pairs are there? 4 pairs, means your 8 cables. So modern Ethernet network use twisted pair cable. These wires are arranged in the spatial order, and an RJ45 connector, ठीक है, इज यूज टू कनेक्ट योर टेलीफोन वायर. और ये अटैच कैसे होता है? वो जो केबल आपने 8 वायर्स का देखा वो ऐसे इसमें जाता कैसे है? विद द स्पेशल मेथड दैट इज नोन एज योर क्रिम्पिंग. नाउ दिस इज योर हब, ओके, एंड दिस पार्ट इज नोन एज योर स्विच. सो हब एंड योर स्विच. Here RJ45 connection can be there. यहाँ क्या लग रहा है? देखो एक पावर प्लग है, ठीक है, टू सप्लाई इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कनेक्शन. एंड हाउ मेनी computers we can attach using this switch? See how many places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So at the most 5 computers can be attached there. So network card are used when network has more than 2 computers, we cannot directly connect. We need an interface through which computers can be connected and sending receiving data can take place. Now this function can be performed using your hubs. So hub is preferred medium. Switch are used for your connecting cables. So both the devices are used for your networking. यहाँ अगर आप देखोगे तो ये स्विच है और यहाँ RJ45 के थ्रू कनेक्शन है. Now every computer plugs with the hub and switch. Now basically the hub and the switch is a box with the set of RJ45 connectors. Now this Wi-Fi stands for your wireless fidelity and it represents your wireless local area network. Okay, wireless local area network. अब ये लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क क्या होता है? इट इज लिमिटेड टू सम स्पेस. मीन्स वाईफाई जैसे आप अपने घर में यूज कर रहे हो वाईफाई, आप घर से थोड़ा सा दूर जाओगे तो योर वाईफाई विल बी losing its connection. So that area, that Wi-Fi zone is limited to some area, that is known as your wireless local area network. This symbol is for your Wi-Fi. Now hubs and switches. To establish wireless networking, we require hubs and switches. Most of the laptops. Now you have seen one thing. If you are having a laptop, okay, you can connect with Wi-Fi. But if you are having a desktop, you are not able to connect with Wi-Fi. Why? Did you observe that? Yes, many times laptop can be connected with Wi-Fi, but desktop cannot be connected with Wi-Fi. In that case, you have to put one Wi-Fi adapter to your desktop. Okay, it's a small device just like a pen drive which you have to keep it in your USB port permanently. Then your computer is going to catch that Wi-Fi connection. Okay, your desktop is going to catch that Wi-Fi connection. And in laptops, that Wi-Fi adapter is inbuilt. So that's why we did not require that Wi-Fi adapter, and Wi-Fi can be cached by your laptop. Okay, any device which is portable, which can be moved here and there, can catch your Wi-Fi. But if the device is on the one place, you cannot catch Wi-Fi. Okay, some computers which are your all-in-one computers, like no CPU is there, CPU is in the back of monitor, then your computer is able to catch your Wi-Fi. Now hubs and switches which are in your wireless zone, these have the wireless antennas. ये जो antennas आपको दिख रहे हैं, this is your wireless antennas which increase the communication range of radio signals. Access point can also be used to join wired network, thus making the network a combination of wired as well as your wireless. Now WAP, what is that wireless access point? It is a device that connects wireless communication device to form a wireless network. Types of network. Now how many types of network is there? So there are 3 types of network depending on the geographical area. The first is your local area network, that is LAN. It is restricted to some in one building or in one office. ओके, सो एरिया इज लिमिटेड, सबसे छोटे प्लेस पर ये रहता है लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क. देन द नेक्स्ट इज योर yes, it is controlled by a single person. Next is your metropolitan area network, that is MAN. Okay, larger network spread across the city. Okay, within the city it is there. So that is known as your metropolitan city network. Then wide area network, example is your internet. One more type of network is there, that is your private area network. Okay, PAN, private area network, which is not mentioned in a book. Now WAN, it requires public telecommunication media. Okay, and the best example of WAN are your internet and intranet in a large multinational companies. ATM facility, yes, ATM is an example of your WAN. Multinational banks, customer services. Then we are going to talk about network architecture, मतलब नेटवर्क को कैसे बनाया गया है, क्या डिज़ाइन है बेसिकली. Okay, the basic design for network is network architecture. Type of network different है, LAN, WAN and MAN. And architecture is your design. So two types of architecture is there. One is your client server and second is your peer to peer. Now in the figure it is very clear, client server में there are many clients and that clients are attached with your central server. And peer to peer means your one to one. All the computers are having the same power and they are connected with each other. So that type of network is known as your peer to peer network. Okay, so two types of network, client server and your peer to peer. Now what is that protocol? Protocol means your set of rules, okay, that signals that computer on the network to use and communicate. One of the popular LAN protocol is called as your Ethernet. Ethernet किसका नाम है? LAN के प्रोटोकॉल का. ओके, LAN कैसे कनेक्ट होगा उसके लिए एक रूल है, उस रूल को क्या बोलते हैं? Ethernet. And that's why LAN card is also known as your Ethernet card. Now how to access files from shared drive? This you have done in lab many times. How to select file from network. So this I am not going to show you. Now come to network security. So there is two types of network security. One is your login security, where the user is having the account and the password, and second is your write security, means the person is having particular rights, read only or read and write. Okay, so that is known as your write security. And this network security is important, very important in your computer system. So two types of network security. One is your login security, where user and password is there, and second is your, yes, this is your login security, where you are going to use your user and password, and second is your write security, where the user is having, see, the rights. ठीक है, अधिकार क्या क्या है, लाइक यूजर कैन ओनली व्यू द फाइल. जैसे हम यहाँ पर शेयर करते हैं आपको फाइल, ठीक है, ड्राइव से हमारी, तो यू कैन नॉट एडिट दैट फाइल, तो दैट इज यू कैन ओनली व्यू द फाइल. edit file, delete file, security, full. तो full control मतलब user can view also, edit also, delete also. Okay, so the rights will be given based on your situation. So this is all about your networking. Let us see what points we have learned in this lesson. Combination of rights can also be granted to the user. Now points at the glance. What is network? So network, two or more computers can communicate with each other to share data and peripheral devices. Networking in a computer brings efficiency, economy and effectiveness in any organization. We can send messages at very fast speed over the long distances using satellite and microwave. LAN, MAN and WAN are the three types of network. Then two types of architecture is there, peer-to-peer and client and server. Server provides computer services to client. Peer-to-peer, no central server is there. Instead of each computer can act as a server and client as well. So this is all for this lesson. Now what is your work? You have to read this lesson, okay, at least twice. Okay. And that's all for today. Bye bye.